So I'm like in shock right now because I just went for a run and I know it went really well, but I didn't know how well it went until like the Garmin loaded up on the Garmin app or whatever. Wow. When I saw what it said, I was like, I don't know, I felt like I had like seen a ghost or something. I was like, yeah, I'm in shock. I'm in shock. This is proof that you not only can recover from runner's dystonia, but like you can be a better runner than you were even prior to having it, because I just proved that. And how? Well, geez, guys, if you've been watching my other videos, you know that I don't think runner's dystonia is a real neurological disorder, and that it is a part of tension myositis syndrome, and it is a psychological condition where your body is stuck in fight or flight because you're not processing your emotions, and because you're an intense personality, and because you are living in fight or flight. It's been a year, people. This is the result of a year of accepting that and doing the work. So here you go. Here's my second half marathon that I've done since having runner's dystonia. And it's the best one I've ever done in my life. Well, I guess I didn't really mean to do this today, but I've kind of done it. I just ran into the Metro Park from my house and I'm at 5.7 miles. I just had a nice pit stop back there. Still getting the Disney food out of my system, I think. Yeah, the only way to go back is the way I came, which is going to be at least another 5.7. So this ended up being a long run today. Here we go. All right, we're at mile 9.95 here. Quick hydration stop. I've already been going an hour and 16 minutes and 24 seconds, and we're going to keep going to the half marathon. And I'm going to do more hills. Why am I doing this to myself? Because I can. Because I'm grateful. Because I can. It's gonna be my second half, baby. 13. Holy shit. I got any point to it. I didn't even plan that. I didn't even plan that. I just did 13.1 miles and I just happened to literally cross the line right where I developed runner's dystonia. Oh my God. If that isn't like magical, I don't even know. All right, back to long form here. Yeah, half a marathon. What, half a marathon? Half marathon, a 7:40 average pace. Oh my God. 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 36 seconds. I don't care that you don't want to see me cry anymore, because I'm getting the feelings out, because this is how you heal from runner's dystonia. This is how you heal from your trauma that perpetuates your symptoms. It keeps it in that vicious cycle. I love and hate you trail sign. That was like, I think that was my fastest half marathon ever in my life. I guess maybe not, because like I stopped to go to the bathroom that one time. So like add 2 minutes if this was a real race. Dude, that's like tied for it at least at 1:42. I didn't even mean to do that today. I just did. In fact, I felt really crappy today. Well, my leg was feeling some sort of type of way this morning. Because I was editing a video about a year ago how it felt. And so if that's not showing you it's psychological, Well, so I was like, oh, the first mile, I was just like, I'm just gonna take it slow because I know I just need to work through it because it's not real. Like, it's real, but it's not like actually something wrong with my brain. It's just my own mental blocks and my own emotions and fears getting in the way. And I just kept at it. And I really wanted to run to the Metro Park where I did 2 of my marathons and I did almost all of my marathon training, and due to life circumstances, I don't have a car right now, and I don't have a Metro pass right now because it was on my car, and so there's no way to park there except for me to run into it from my town because there's a path that goes into it. But yeah, it takes like 5 miles to get to it, to get to the loop, at least to like the big loop. So I did. And then I was like, I kind of got to go to the bathroom. And so I got to go a little bit further into the loop for the bathroom. And honestly, by then I was already thinking, you know what? I know it's going to be 10 by the time I get back home. And if we're going to do 10, like, let's just do the half, because it's really just counting the minutes at that point. So I did. And I did on a challenging course of all hills. Because I can, because there's nothing wrong with me. And who cares if I'm tired? And who cares if it's hard? Who cares? I've been through way harder. I've been through the hardest thing. I've been through the hardest thing for runners. So what's a half marathon on hills? It ain't shit. It ain't shit. So if you're not running right now, or if you're running and it's not great, like, once you get over this, which you will, if you look into TMS, God willing, nothing will be ever hard again with running. Nothing. All right, I wanted to make sure I saved my activity before that one got lost. And you know what, Garmin? I rated that a 3 for like scale of hardness. And I put myself as the biggest smiley face because it was fantastic. I've been ranking myself like easier and easier and giving myself more and more smiley faces because I should, because it's true. Why would I like make myself feel crappy after a run by saying that was hard, or giving myself like the frowny face? If you guys have one of these, you know what I mean. If you don't, just whatever. It's all about the mindset, and that's a part of it. So in my whole like anniversaries series of videos, it's May 14th, 2026. 2 years ago at this time, on May 10th, I had seen a sports medicine doctor who said, get the out of that calf boot. There's nothing wrong with you. Start walking again. You're making yourself worse. And he had no idea about, like, he didn't say anything about runner's dystonia or anything like that. He did think it was like a nerve thing. Like maybe related to my surgery, like related to like the nerve block I had or whatever. That was like his suspicion. But he was like, there's nothing wrong with your bones. There's nothing wrong with your muscles. There's nothing wrong with your tendons. Like, you're fine. Just start walking again. And I was like, what? Huh? I mean, obviously not like that. I think I was like, really? And he's like, yes. And I was like, what? And so he gave me like an ankle brace because the contractions were so wild at that point, of course. But it took me like 5 days to believe him, to actually try and walk again. So on May 15th, I walked twice around my cul-de-sac, and my dystonia early on was like, I could walk okay for like a couple of steps, and then it got like worse and worse. And then I would just like collapse on my grass because like it was so extreme. Fortunately, that pattern didn't last very long. Like, once I like got out of my own way and started walking more again and practicing every day, which I didn't know about TMS then, but like what I was doing actually like was TMS recovery then. It was just like exposure and facing my fear of walking and like proving myself it was going to be okay. Like, so then it ended up flipping to like, the longer I would go with walking, the better my symptoms would get. And then that was the same for running, and it has been. So yeah, man. Yeah. So me 2 years ago, girl, you'll be fine. Yeah, really. Yes. Yes, me 2 years ago, for real. Let's get up. Oh my goodness. No, actually, that didn't hurt at all. That was totally fine. So this is my second half marathon, compared to the one in December. Faster, obviously. I am definitely more cardiovascularly fit. I am a lot stronger. I'm a lot more confident. Yeah, felt really good. And definitely fewer, obviously, dystonia symptoms, much less pain, all fewer TMS symptoms. Just, man, and I could feel myself flip over into like old me running mode, which is just for those long runs, like your mind goes off in all sorts of different directions and thinks about all sorts of different things, and it's really just about like chipping away at the miles. And I'm grateful, and I guess sort of on purpose went to like, I'm just gonna run to this place and then all I can do is run back. And then when I'd hit my town again, I'm like, I'm gonna do the loop around the lake because I just got like 3 miles to fill, and once I start on this path again, there's like really no turning around. So it's sort of just like, you guys gotta chip away and go at it. Oh my God. I can't believe that ending. I still can't believe that ending. Yeah, I'm not like a religious person or a spiritual person, but just on this recovery saga that I've been on, it's just like things like that happen. You're like, oh my God. And just, you have to, it's not even like a higher belief, but seeing how much I have healed and recovered, and just through my mindset and emotional work and nervous system work, like you can change your physical body. Like that's kind of magical. I wish this wind would go away. Maybe if I wish for that, it will. Universe, I don't think they'll hear me on that. Yeah, the universe is not going to hear me on the wind. But my body will hear me on my symptoms, because there's nothing wrong with me. I am not broken, and there's nothing wrong with my brain. I am perfectly fine. Because look what I just did. My progress is my proof. My progress is my proof. Thanks for joining me.